Hey folks, welcome back. It's Friday Fitness with me, Andrew Chadwick, your certified strength coach. Now this week we're going to be talking about shoulder mobility and shoulder stability in the golf swing, and how maybe your shoulder mobility and stability could be affecting your swing playing, your downswing, your impact position, and even your follow through. And so we're going to jump into the content, but please do make sure you go ahead and subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the content, post your comments down below. We'll be back every week with a Friday Fitness for you. So we're bringing some amazing content, but we want to know what you want to see as well. And so we're going to get into the video now. Hope you enjoy it, and we'll see you at the end. This week's Friday Fitness, we want to talk about shoulder mobility and shoulder stability. And the simple test that we can do here is a 90-90 test. And the way we would do this is we would have our athletes stand up tall, take our arm at 90-degree bend at the elbow, and we would ask them to rotate up. And what we're looking for, if I step to the side here, if you imagine a straight line from my hip to my shoulder, we should see that my elbow to wrist can get past my posture line. So again, that line from the hip to the shoulder, I should see that line being crossed by the elbow to shoulder line. And so if I'm getting past posture, then we know that I've got decent shoulder mobility. If I'm at level with posture, then I've got limited mobility. And if I'm below, then I've got severe restricted mobility. And so if we're struggling with mobility in the shoulder, what we would look at doing is starting to increase range of motion. And there's a couple of stretches that I'm going to recommend today. First one, to really target the shoulder itself, you're going to go ahead and loop your hand and your arm around a pole, PVC pipe, golf club, works really, really well. From here, I'm going to keep my elbow relatively close and kind of neutral. I'm going to use my opposite hand, which is my left hand for this example, and I'm going to start to just open out and manipulate the shoulder. So again, you can see I'm just using my left hand. I'm going to pull the pipe. I'm going to open out my shoulder and start to create some more external rotation. So what we looked at in the test was how much external rotation could I do on my own. I've done maybe 4-5 reps here now. And then what we would do, maybe 10 reps. As soon as we've done our 10th rep, we could then retest. Now, have we got more range of motion? If we have, great. Obviously, we know it's a mobility thing. We tested that. The second part of it is the shoulders don't just rotate on their own. Shoulders don't just rotate on their own. They also have thoracic spine mobility can kind of play in on this. And so if we have trouble through the thoracic spine, the shoulders can be affected. So the great stretch that we can do is just a wall stretch. And the way we would do a wall stretch is we're going to set our feet up maybe a good couple of feet away from the wall, and we're going to put our hands at shoulder height. Now from here, I'm just going to push my hips back, and I'm going to let my chest move towards the ground. I'm trying to focus on keeping my back nice and flat, pushing my butt back away from the wall, pushing down, getting a good stretch through my mid-back. It's really allowing me to open out my back, my shoulders, my chest, really just putting that pressure through that mid-back, and then I can come on up. Now again, same thing, I can hold this for maybe 30 to 45 seconds. I can do reps, maybe 10 reps of this, and just start to work through that range of motion going down and coming on back up. But what I can do then is I can start to retest again. Am I getting further again? Well, maybe I am. And so you can isolate the shoulders, do some external rotation work. You can then go extension stretch through your thoracic spine and start to work on opening out everything through the back side of the body to be able to create that freedom for the shoulders to move in the golf swing. The big thing here is in the golf swing, if we struggle with external rotation, getting to the top of the swing in a nice neutral position here can be very difficult. So you may find that some golfers, they're very steep, they can't externally rotate their shoulders very well. It's quite an aggressive position. The hands will manipulate, or maybe even they want to get to the top of their backswing, but they can't. So what they'll do is they'll reverse spine angle. So they'll start manipulating in other areas because of what the shoulders do. And so if we struggle with mobility, then obviously we want to do some mobility work. The second part of the test is stability. And so what we would do, once we've tested mobility, we'll have our athletes go into golf posture. Elbow at 90 degrees, we'll rotate up. So we'll now look at, does an athlete have greater than spine angle range of motion with mobility? If they do, when we do the second part of the test, can they create the same range of motion when they're in golf posture? If they can't, we know it's a stability problem. The reason why is the scapula, the shoulder blade, affects what the shoulder can do when we're in a bent over position or a hinged position. And so if the shoulder blade can't stabilize and we don't have that mobility, we have a big problem. If the shoulder can stabilize but we don't have mobility, we fix mobility. If we have mobility but no stability because of the shoulder blade, then we want to fix the stability portion. Great exercises you can do. If you have access to a band, grab a band. If you don't, I would recommend getting a golf club. You may want to just try and look at investing in something that you can use, like a TheraBand tube. Go ahead and pull the band apart and hold it here. From here, we're starting to switch on through the back of the shoulders, all the little tiny intrinsic muscles in the back of the shoulder blade. Now from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my golf posture. Again, remember, we tested in golf posture. We want to work in that position as well. Now this is a great starting position here. Once I start to feel comfortable, I can really feel everything switching on in the back of my shoulder. What I can do is start to add some rotation to it. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to start to turn into my backswing. I'm really going to challenge my back of my right shoulder. From here, I'm going to come back to center, keep trying to maintain that tension as much as I can. I'm going to come through into my through swing. And I'm going to challenge the back of the left shoulder. And what I can do here is I can start with a time under tension. I can really just hold it, maybe 30 seconds. If that starts to feel comfortable, I can start to add rotation to it. Again, it's how well can you be dynamic with those shoulder blades under tension, because it's the stability portion during the golf swing as we rotate through the spine as well. And so that's a great exercise and a great progression that you can use for shoulder stability. So shoulder mobility is hugely important for golf, obviously being able to get into right positions. But if we have mobility but no stability, we're really going to struggle to maintain that position as we get to the top of our backswing. So that's this week's Friday Fitness, folks. Go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Make sure you share this content with someone who needs it. We'll be back next week with another Friday Fitness. If there's anything you want to see, post those comments down below, and we'll be back next week with another Friday Fitness for you. I'm Andrew Chadwick, your Certified Strength Coach here at the ETA. Take care.